is afternoon. I did a whole video and then it says, well, that's going to put you over time on editing, so we can't add a few of your clips. I'm like, well, fine. I'll just start over again. I got my meds. My Flonase came in, so I took it. It feels good to breathe. The sunscreen I was waiting for, it was the same as what I already had. So I'm going to put sunscreen on. I'm going to go mow my lawn. Because guess who found the hyperlapse on her pro part of her camera? We're going to see. I know you can't talk through it. I tried talking through it when I was doing. I'm making French fries in the air fryer. And I was talking through it through the hyperlapse for that. And it was like, and you didn't even hear nothing. It was just, and I was like, that's funny looking. So we're going to hyperlapse me mowing the lawn. Pretty much now. The feather I stopped to show you, it was a blue jay feather. I'd found it. I was picking up strings because that is like a vacuum where the strings get wrapped around the bristles and the thing doesn't want to turn. That mower will do the same thing. Okay, what I put on my face was, and I'm going to promote this brand because Dr. Squatch. This one is the original Squatch. It's kind of a minty-ish flavor. It's got a very subtle smell to it, but not really. And it's not really like a glossy. It just goes on. And yeah, I've been sweating. See? You saw. Did you see how fast I mowed my lawn? Anyway, I put that on my lips. I put sunscreen on my lips. I couldn't actually find my Vaseline. So this is, it doesn't say you can't put it on your face. And it's a protective skin cream. Celan Silver. I got the silver because it's silver and made me feel, I don't know, important. And tea tree oil. Tea tree oil to keep the, I'm going to have to turn that light off because it is daylight, but still. Tea tree oil to keep the black flies, which is black fly season right now, thick into black fly season. I saw them flying around me, but I was going too fast. Didn't you see it? And ticks. We've been having tick problems forever, for the past, like, I don't know how many years, a couple of years or so. So I put that on. I did not, when I go out there to do that stuff, I do not put on deodorant, perfume, any of that stuff, because you might as well say, come here, bugs, I want ya. Oh, it's locked. I don't like that feature. Not as crispy as I would like. I made French fries, guys. I'm running off of solar lights right now. This one I really don't like. Have 5 different cycles to turn it on and off. But there's that one. There's that one, which I could take that and move it anywhere. And then there's this one. Moody got me that one for Christmas one year. Christmas? My birthday. One of the celebrations. And it's actually its twin is in my bathroom now. Woo! I almost fell over. But its twin is in my bathroom now. And then at night I put up that and have those disc lights pointing down like this. And I have one over my bed. So and I have one over my bed, so it acts like a lamp. And the one that was in here, I just kind of, I moved it here. Because A, I don't use that one as often. And B, that line that was there. If somebody did come over and they wanted to close the door to the bathroom, they'd have sliced my cable to it, and I'd have been kind of not so happy with that. So I put Pam's picture up inside it for right now because it kept knocking down every time I was putting this thing up. But this is what my bed right there, those little clear shoe boxes, that makes an excellent little lamp. And guess who's probably going to be buying some more of those discs and some more of those shoe boxes? Well, that shoe box has been around. It's got holes in it and all sorts of stuff. And the other one above my sink does too. Hello? Hello? The one above my sink does too. That thing's old. So I thought, yeah, I could throw these out, which I probably should have because, you know, me and my hoarding. But it looks great in here, you guys. It looks so good in here. I'm so proud of myself, except for my corner, which I did start cleaning it up. I was like, oh, I'm tired of walking around this stuff, so I started organizing it. Brat. But anyway, I shouldn't be like collecting those things. It could have been trash, but it did find another purpose. And I'll try to take another picture of it. Like, I don't know. Maybe I'll go get a couple of them and show you now in a minute. Because they've been out in the sun like, what is it, 11:30 now? Just a minute. See? That makes a nice reading light. I could actually put a third one in there. So that makes like 16 LEDs right over my head. I don't like that it's the yellow glow for the purpose that I'm using it for. But you get what you get. They're $3 a piece for one thing. So they're easily replaceable. You can... she's a brat. I'm going to go put those back out on the porch. She's such a butt. She's over here trying to chew this cord. That's one of those ones that has that ribbon around it, though. So, hopefully, she doesn't do much damage to it. She's trying to get my attention. And I'm talking. Don't interrupt me when I'm talking. Sound like an old man. Airplane. That reminds me, in August, before August, I have to fix my driver's license so I can get on an airplane. Special permission to have a passport to go from state to state, which is price gouging to me. wallet gouging to me. I'm disabled, and you want me to pay $30 extra over top of renewing my driver's license to be able to go 3 doors down to another state, to another couple states? Really? That could be a tank of gas to the doctor's office or the dentist's office. That could be a tank of gas to go get groceries. Just one. But still, that's pretty much of a hardship, and they really shouldn't make us do that. That's crap. That's crap. It's, again, price gouging. And they do it because they can. Permission to get on an airplane? Really? I mean, I could understand permission to get on airplane or on the road to go to Canada, which is 2 hours away. But, oh yeah, those are done. Because that is another country, and you always have to have permission to go into another country. That's always been that way. Hey, where'd my lip balm go? Did I put it over here? It's not in my pocket. Not like I need it right this minute anyway. But I think that's crap. Really? What are we going to do? Okay, I want to go from here to Pelston. You're going to give me a enhanced license for that too? Go from town to town? What are you going to do? Charge me another $30 for that? $30 a month to be able to do that? Imprison me in my own town because I can't afford to go somewhere else? That's crap. And I'm not saying, yeah, okay, I'm disabled, so I'm special. I'm just saying I'm disabled and almost a senior citizen. So that's a hardship. It's hard. It's a hardship. And do they want to know how I got there? I got there in the middle of the plane. I actually did have window seats on the way there, both connecting to the connecting flight and then to the last airport. On the way back, and it's on one of my shorts, and it's kind of a funny short, but on the way back, I was kitty corner to the bathroom. I was on the aisle seat. This big, huge, fat old man, and I had my head like this too, came through and wiped his entire butt across my face. He went in there and did his business, which I'm sitting kitty corner to the bathroom right now, and I can smell what he's doing. Comes back through and wipes across my face again. And on both flights, I didn't have carry-on privileges. So it was $300 to get there and back. And it was off season. It was like February, I think. So, really? I need to pay extra to be able to do that? Now, I'm not complaining about the flights. I'm grateful for the flights. I'm grateful for the time I had with my family there. I'm grateful for all of it, except for to have to pay extra to get an old man's butt wiped across your face and have to sit there in his green cloud for like 2 hours or whatever. Really? Do something about that, people. Please. I mean, again, I'm not going from country to country. I'm going from state to state. That's stupid. Okay, there's my political rant. Oh, I promised you after it wasn't so yucky because I kept complaining about my knee that I would actually show you basically the scar. And you know what? I need to go to Pellston and get some razors because I forgot to get those the other day. But let's see if we can see it in this light. Yep, kind of. Ooh, here we go. That's when the brick fell off the chair and flung into my knee and hit my other foot. It didn't do anything to my foot. You can't really see in this light either. But it didn't do anything to my foot, just my knee. And like I said, it was about that big. I think that brown around it's still a scab. Stuff's still cooking. No, I turned it off. Like, oh, that's done. But yeah, I made myself some fries. I'm like, oh, I'm going to go mow my lawn and I'm going to come back. I'm going to eat some fries. I don't put oil on it. Except for a few here and there for air frying. So they'll probably be dry. But you know what? It's the healthier way. My mind thinks it's the healthier way. And I'm probably going to have my fruit ice cream stuff that I made the other day. It's just a nice day. It's a nice day for fruit ice cream. Someone thinks I need to pamper her some more. Look at her. She's like, I'm gonna touch you. I'm going to touch you, Mama. She's waiting patiently. Again, I cooked some food. I cooked some food. So, and yeah, I guess I wore this in another video, but guess what? I also washed it, so I can wear it again. It's one of my favorite kind of bigger shirts, and it's the stiff cotton, not like t-shirt. So for me to do physical activity in that kind of material is better because it wicks it better than t-shirt. Some t-shirt material to me, even though it's cotton, feels a little more slippery and doesn't feel like it wicks. Doesn't feel like it wicks. And plus I have a collar, and if I go like on the bike or something, I could probably pin it so that my neck doesn't get burnt. Even though I have sunscreen on it. I even sunscreened my ears. Because my dad, every year, because he likes to be outside too. Every year he would look like Rudolph. His nose just red. I don't know if he does it now, but his nose is just red. I'm gonna go get my fries. I have some left in the pot that was soaking because they wouldn't fit on the pan. And I'm not going to get that whole pan of them either. I'll eat some of them now and then probably freeze them so that I can reheat them quickly later, as I like to do that. I might actually do that today with a few more of those potatoes. Just soak them, fry them, and turn them into basically microwavable French fries. Which we all know Aunt Tita is going to probably just bake it or air fry it or fry it to warm it back up. But I got those potatoes and I'm not eating them like as quickly as I should. And so I'm thinking one of the investments I would like to make is a small chest freezer, because I like to have all those foods around, but they go bad before I can eat them. And there is a freezer on my refrigerator. You have seen it, and it does hold quite a bit, but it doesn't hold enough, or I don't think it holds enough. But then again, that might promote me to go and use that stuff up and refill the freezer rather than hoarding food. I don't need to hoard food in a freezer. I just... maybe I won't get a chest freezer. I don't need it. I really don't need it, and I don't need to hoard food. However, that sometimes it gets to, like I said, Spenduary. This is Spenduary where I have to, I have 2 birthdays, Mother's Day, and my Inner Michigan vacation that happens this month every year. And I do save up for it, and I do have the money for it. It's just, it makes it a little bit tight for the rest of a few months, because I'm on a budget. I can't afford vacations, so I have to budget and squeak by to be able to do these things. I'm grateful to be able to do these things, and I want to do these things, and that's why I do save and that kind of stuff. But again, it's my Spenduary, so my wallet's going, ow! It is affordable. I can't just go and, go on a shopping spree or anything, but I've got enough money to cover myself if we go to the water park, or when we go to Mackinac Island, or if we go out to eat or something like that. I have the money to cover myself. But again, you got to kind of squeak by the rest of the couple of months to be able to save to do that. And again, you have to do that for any vacation, really. And then after that, I have to watch what I'm doing, because I think I'm going back to South Carolina in August. She's hinting at it. She's hinting at it. 2 times a year? Heck yeah. Heck yeah. Of course, August, man. August is hot here. Let's see. It is probably 80s, 70s, hotter in the 70s, 80s, sometimes 90s in August here. What's it going to be like there? Of course, she's talking about her vacation at Myrtle Beach or some other beach. Apparently, she says not Myrtle this time because it's dirty. They have these weird little bugs that come out of the sand and look like something. If you're as old as me and you used to watch Star Trek, and they had them bugs that went in the guy's ears on Wrath of Khan, they look like those. Ew. I think they said they're sand bugs or crabs or some weird thing. I don't know, but I don't like things going like this on my butt when I'm sitting in the sand. And it might be an ocean thing, because you get spiders or ants or something on our beaches, but you don't get those weirdo things. And she'll tell me in the comments what they are, because I forgot what they are. And where did I put my glasses? Because I'm about ready to go get my fries. I don't mind having a few carbs. I just did a workout. I think I did a half an hour. Hyperlapse, I think it was about 2-3 minutes or something like that. But I think I did about a half an hour of all of that. So, carbs, fine. I need them. I need them. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to plate them and I'll be back. I'll be back. Oh yeah, cookies. Here's my portion. There's the portion I have cooked but is going to be put away. And then there's that many left in there to cook. I don't know. Do I want ketchup? Ketchup. I assaulted it with some Himalayan pink salt. And this little tiny cup, you're going to say this is gross. I had a cold cream or something. And this was inside the container because the container was big. And that's all you got was that much product. And I ran it through the dishwasher and now I have a ketchup cup. Oh, I better turn that light out. Even though the sun is still shining on it, still with the constant use like that, it's going to not want to work when I need it to. So, yeah, I need those carbs if I'm going to be working out like that. And I know that might not be a workout to some people. Some people are like, yeah, you're a wimp. Oh. I'm also 51 and I'm also a woman and I'm also somebody that used to just sit on her butt and do nothing. And I feel more like, oh my gosh, I feel so much better after I've had that Flonase too. I did take my Flonase. I told you it came. In the mail. But I feel more like I'm 20 than when I was 20. When I was 20, I felt more like 50. I was like, oh man, if this is what old age feels like, I don't need to get any older than this. Well, I happen to get older than that and lose a bunch of weight. And I'm like, this is the way I am with my house too. I'm like, I accomplished that. I'm going to honor my accomplishment by continuing to keep it up. Some days I don't want to. Like yesterday, I did not do my bike and I did not do the mowing, but I did today because I was like, I skipped a day. That's okay. And I'm probably, like I said, going to skip today on the bike because there's other biking that's going to be needed to be done. Even though I would like, I almost just want to get out there though. And every time I talk about that freaking thing and say I'm not going to do it, I pull it out and go out and go outside, take a bike ride. No, I have to. If we're doing this weekend, last weekend they tried to get a hold of me and my phone didn't ring. And little guy was standing there and they say, I'm sorry, Aunt T's not answering her phone. And he stood there and he stomped his foot and he says, I want yes. Right now it's a no. I want yes. I said his birthday's this month. He's a Taurus, just like his mother. A bull. So, stomp your foot and tell me I want yes. Sometimes when he pulls that on me, like if we're in the store, she'll let me loose in the store with him and we'll just go have some fun. We'll just look at this and look at that and I'll get my things done. And he'll say, but I want. And I'm like, I am so sorry. I know you want that, but right now I need. And you know what? The little guy, he kind of, but he stops. And especially like if I'll say, I know you want that right now, but I need to check out and go out of the store now. And he just stops. And I think she does it on purpose in case I need Mama. But Mama's usually right around the corner. Either that or she doesn't do it on purpose and we just happen to be going in the same sections. But I think she might. I don't know. Sometimes I'm checking out and there's Mama right next to me and I'm like, honey, I need you to be with Mama right now. And he'll go on, because sometimes he'll help me beep, beep, beep. But I need the guy to stand right next to me because he'll beep things in 2 or 3 times. I'm like, okay, honey, I'm getting frustrated. You need to be with Mama now. I need you to be with Mama now. And he'll go. He'll walk over there and be with Mama. So how long that's going to last, I don't know. He's a very smart, hands-on stinker pie. He's one of us. I think the other part of my lunch, because I did only have a handful of those potatoes, is going to be that ice cream. I mean, I didn't eat all the potatoes yet because there's another brand that I will stand by. Ketchup. Heinz ketchup is the brand that they use in McDonald's. I don't specifically like McDonald's anymore. I don't like going to restaurants. I don't like the salt. I don't like the fat. I don't like the expense. I don't like for a few years. Last year they worked it out that me and another member of the family shared a plate of food because they couldn't finish it and I couldn't finish it. So her food wasn't going to the trash that she didn't finish. And I wasn't sitting in the park alone. I was part of the family. But I was packing my lunch to go to Mackinac Island and sitting in the park eating it by myself because I'm not. It's really a waste of money for me to go to a restaurant. I can't eat all of the food. And then, I think it was the year before that, Pam comes out and she says, they forced us to do... What was the percentage of the tip? I can't remember. They forced them to give them a tip. Forced them to give them a tip. And it wasn't just Pam. It was her sister and Pam's sons and their women all had their own check, as well as Pam had her own check. And they charged they forced every single one of them to give a tip. So I was like, you're not gouging me like that. I'll just take my lunch. The year before that, we ate at this one restaurant, the Pink Pony. And Pam's niece brought a friend with her, and she was sitting next to me, and she took her water and filled her water bottle up with it because she wasn't done with it in the restaurant. I was like, oh, that's a good idea. Was it a vinegar bottle? I think it was a vinegar bottle. I had my own water bottle too. It was either a vinegar bottle or a hydrogen peroxide bottle. Because I figure anything that's had vinegar, hydrogen peroxide, or even isopropyl alcohol is already clean. Rinse it out so you're not tasting the chemical. But why not? And isopropyl alcohol and the fizzy stuff in the brown bottle. Peroxide, hydrogen peroxide. Have the little squirt. You could squirt it in your mouth. So they make really good water bottles, especially the hydrogen peroxide because it's a dark one. So I brought it along. She was, no, it was a vinegar bottle. It had to have been a vinegar bottle. Anyway, she teased me about it. But anyway, I was filling it up too. The water landed in my lap and it looked like I peed myself in the middle of the restaurant. And I didn't, but it looked like I did. I think that's the year that I found out that I could actually do a bike. Because around Mackinac Island, the whole circumference of the island is 8 miles. From the bike point all the way around back to the bike point. Well, you have to do that in an hour or you're going to get or you're going to get charged again. Or more. They charge you by basically the hour and those minutes you were gone on their bike. So I'm pedaling. I did do over an hour because that was my first time. But I figured if I can do 8 miles one time a year in the spring after I've been idle for the whole winter, I can do this more. So I bought a bicycle. Probably the best investment I ever had. Because once I started riding the bike, I started dropping the pounds. I was losing it, but slowly. Because there was only a certain amount that I can hold in my tummy, and there still is. But I started losing it even faster when I started getting on a bicycle. Bike. Am I obsessed? Probably. No, I'm not a professional bicyclist. I just really enjoy it. And I don't enjoy using the throttle on that thing. I like the pedal assist better. Somebody else might like going 12 miles an hour, but I'd rather go 17. Take me 20 minutes to get to and from where I'm going, or to where I'm going, and 20 minutes back? Really? In a car, it takes me maybe a half hour, 45 minutes to get to a town. So, you know what I'm thinking? All those other potatoes and sweet potatoes and maybe the squash. Make a blend like that to snack on. Oh, I'm going to go do that later on. I'm a little full now. But that's what happens. Was checking my well, not that. My power bank. It's at 78%. It actually got depleted last night, and I woke up about 3 o'clock again. I plugged it in, and it is okay. 12 hours, 78%. It charges it. I mean, on the electrical, it charges slow. but it also gives slow too. These guys, the twins, you give them about 2-3 hours and they're full. You give them about 6 hours or so and they're empty. But that's pretty decent, actually. To be able to carry electricity around in your pocket like that, it's pretty cool. But what I'm going to do is probably go and bake those things, the sweet potato and some taters, and actually the sweet potato could probably, no. I'll bake the sweet potato and the squash so that I can cut them and then air fry them too. And have those for snacks and stuff. That would be great. And then I'll take the, maybe I shouldn't do that. I was gonna say I'd take the air sealer and do that, but if they're, see, I've got some left, so, but if they're mushy like this, the air sealer is gonna do that and leave them like squish. So I'll have to find a container to put them in. That's where that is. I was gonna use my silicone bowl to soak the potatoes. It's in the freezer with my ice cream. So I'm gonna have ice cream later on because my tummy is full. And I'm gonna go cook. Sounds fun to me. You guys have a good day. I'll see you later. Bye.